It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Dallas. It's the 49ers and the Cowboys, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
To head to Los Angeles for Super Bowl 56. It's time for the NFC Championship game. Here we go. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Second and goal at the Niners' 10-yard line.
They'll try again with Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Brandon Ayuk returning it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Second down, here's Mostert again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he's got it. Touchdown, 49ers. Dallas Goedert, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side, sent the tight end a few steps down the field, and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Prescott off play action. Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Prescott. And it's caught. Touchdown. Amari Cooper from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he had the touchdown of the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So flagged for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's good.
Touchdown 49ers. Dallas Goedert with his second touchdown here in this first half. Now the 49ers have retaken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. A first down throw for Prescott. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Final play of the half, Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the Battle of the Sea. He will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Our two squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. DJ Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again, Dallas Goedert marching back onto the field. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They hand it off to Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. This is caught. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you search.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Juan Williams. And the Niners will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Samuel. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Samuel bringing in the slant. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This from 36 yards out. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will get the lead up to 14. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last shot now for Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. As we sign off here, we thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.